And I get it. The first time that happens, you are gonna think your sewing machine's possessed, but it's not. Super common, really easy to fix and avoid. Most sewing machine jams don't happen because your machine is possessed or because it hates you. It happens because of most likely one of these reasons. Threading it, the bobbin, the type of fabric, the type of stitch. Oh, and your needle too. Almost forgot that one. That's a big one. So before you assume that your machine is hot garbage, let's check these first. The top thread. It's probably not threaded correctly. And this one right here, this one's probably one of the most common reasons as to why your sewing machine jams. And when you're threading your machine, it can look really official because it essentially guides you through the process in regards to, put the thread here, and then put it here, and then put it here, and then bring it down here, and then you're done, right? Yeah, super simple. It's usually numbered too. And you probably missed one of these two. It's either the tension discs or the take-up lever. Let's start with those tension discs. What do? Well, they control the tension of your stitch, i.e. the tension of the thread. They're two little discs that are inside of your sewing machine, and they're either gonna be open or they're gonna be closed. When they are closed, they're holding on to that thread, ideally, we'll get to that, and they're moving that thread up and down. They're controlling the tension of that thread. Or they're gonna be open and not doing anything at all. Now, when you're threading your sewing machine, you want to make sure every single time when you thread it that your presser foot is up. Never, ever, ever down. If your presser foot is up, those tension discs, they are wide open. So you thread your machine, the thread goes right through there, you put your presser foot down, those tension discs, they close on that thread, and you get the rest, right? But instead, you might have threaded it when your presser foot's down, those tension discs are closed, you go to thread it, and the thread, it's not in those discs at all. There's no tension on your stitch at all. Therefore, the angry sewing machine noises. And your take-up lever, that one's a little bit tricky because that one can hide on you. You might not even realize that it's there. Now, you'll notice as you're sewing along, there's gonna be this little hook thing that you see kind of popping its head up like, boop, here I am, boop, here I am, and then it's gone again. Well, when you're threading your machine, you wanna make sure that your thread goes through that take-up lever before it goes down. Because if your thread is not in that take-up lever, your sewing machine, it's going to let you know. How is it going to let you know? All that crap going on underneath your dress shirt as you're sewing, angry fabric. So repeat after me. Your sewing machine, it jammed, right? Okay, unthread everything, all of it. Start from the very beginning, put your presser foot up, thread it through all those individual numbers and locations on your machine. Every machine's gonna be a little bit different. Make sure you go through that take-up lever. Your tension discs are going to be open, again, because your presser foot, it's up, right? Make sure it's up. And then when you get down to the end, put it through the needle there, presser foot down, tension closed. You are good to go! But wait, hang on, SD. I did that and it keeps jamming anyway. Well, in that case, the issue might not be at the top of your sewing machine where the spool of thread is. It actually might unfortunately be down here where the bobbin is. Now your bobbin, what's that? Well, it's just that small little spool of thread that goes at the very bottom of your sewing machine that makes up the bottom portion of your stitch. And when it's working, you don't even think about it. You do not think about it at all. Set it and forget it. It's out of the way. But when it's not working or it's causing issues, that's when it's gonna be a problem. And it's gonna be for a couple different reasons. It might be wound up incorrectly, or it might be inserted incorrectly. Your top thread and your bobbin thread, they have to work together in harmony, in synchronicity. I don't even know if that's a word or not. I don't know, we'll find out. Somebody let me know down in the comments. They need to work together. In the event that your bobbin is not up to snuff, if it's not pulling its weight, what's gonna happen is your sewing machine, it's gonna grab extra fabric as it's moving along with those feed dogs, and that extra fabric gets all bunched up, and then the thread gets all bunched up. Insert angry sewing machine noises. I'll use a different one this time. I can't stress this enough. You want to make sure that your bobbin is wound correctly. There aren't any stray threads that are coming off of the sides, any loops that are coming off of the sides. Everything looks nice and even and smooth on there. And when you're inserting your bobbin, that matters too. You want to make sure that the thread is going in the correct direction. On my machine, I want it to make a P, a letter P. What that means is I insert my bobbin and I pull my thread down, and then I make sure that I thread it the little hook there pull it through that hook and then towards the back of my machine. The bobbin itself and then the extra thread are making a P, or this one, a P. Some bobbins are inserted clockwise, some are inserted counterclockwise. Just go ahead and check ChatGPT. Ask that which one it is for your machine, or if you have the manual. I don't know. Yeah, but SD, I did that and my machine, it's still jamming. All I want to do is make my t-shirts and my dress pants fit better. That's it. Well, in that case, it's probably your needle. And this one gets tricky for beginners because a lot of times they think, okay, well, my needle is perfectly fine until like it breaks or something, right? No. Now your needle, it can show signs of being bad or causing this problem long before it ever breaks. And that's because needles, they don't last forever. In fact, they don't really last that long at all. And my rule of thumb is ask yourself this. Had you go on a tailoring binge? Did you tailor like, I don't know, 10 pairs of chinos and 17 t-shirts and 3 dress shirts? Yeah? Okay, it's time to change your needle. They don't last that long, plus they're super cheap, so just change it. Let's say this is happening to you and your needle is dull. What's causing the problem? What exactly about that needle is causing my sewing machine to jam? Well, it's not making nice clean holes in the garment at all. It's basically like stabbing through it each and every time, stabbing and ripping because it's dull. So it's stabbing and ripping and stabbing and ripping, and it's kind of making the fabric all bunched up and the thread's not going through smoothly or evenly. And then what happens? Angry sewing machine noises. I won't do them this time because it's too expected. And make sure you use the right needle because a lot of times people think that their sewing machine isn't strong enough to handle thicker materials or it's struggling with thicker materials. And what's actually happening is you're using a universal needle on a pair of jeans or on a pair of thicker chinos, something like that. And you're sewing along and your machine starts struggling. It's not the power or the motor of the machine that's the issue. It's the needle. It's not piercing through the fabric cleanly enough. So you're coming up on some humps of fabric or some folded fabric and it starts struggling. You blame your machine. It's not your machine. It's fine. And oh man, this is a big one. You're forcing the fabric or you're starting your stitch off wrong. And when you start tailoring your clothes, I get it. You're excited. You're really excited to get into this because you're solving a really big problem that you've had your entire life. And you also want to have a lot of control. You want to make sure things go according to plan. You want to make sure that you are the head honcho. So you're sewing along and you start to kind of realize that your sewing machine, it's starting to, slow down or jam up a little bit. Well, what are you gonna do? You're gonna force that fabric. But you don't want to do that because your sewing machine, it's got it down pat already. It's got that job handled. It will feed that fabric through for you. It's got what's called feed dogs. The feed dogs, they just move the fabric through. There's no pushing, there's no pulling. Your hands are just guiding. They're just guiding, that's it. Just guiding where you want the fabric to go. And as far as starting off your stitch wrong, this has more so to do with the threads itself. You're not starting off with a long enough tail or a tail at all. And what does that mean? Well, that means that you're just kind of setting up your garment and you're gonna start sewing and then all of a sudden everything starts jamming up. Why is it jamming up? Because you're taking that extra thread there and it's just kind of dangling and your machine, it's jamming it all down into the bobbin box there, into the fabric in the garment, and it's gonna make some angry sewing machine noises. So when you start off your stitch, make sure that you take the thread from the bobbin as well as from the needle there, and you want to pull it back by a couple of inches. Sometimes you can actually hold on to it too as you start sewing, so pull it back a little bit, and then you start sewing, and then let go. And man, pull it back by a couple of inches, then start sewing, and then let it go. And I'm pretty confident that one of those reasons is the reason why your sewing machine is jamming in the first place. And now that we got that figured out, what are we gonna go do next? Let's go alter a dress shirt. We're gonna put some darts in the back, and we're gonna alter the side seams. It's gonna be fantastic. It's in the next video. I'll see you over there. SD out. See ya.